Hello guys! Welcome back to another video. Today we are showing off my latest deck invention. It is an absolutely cracked German-Japan tempo deck, and I think it might just be tier 1. Germany has just sort of been the worst main nation out there since the expansion dropped, but I think I have figured out the secret sauce to make Germany work. And I am currently live streaming right now, so you can check my Twitch. I do live stream occasionally. But what you are seeing on YouTube is going to be an edited up version of the VOD where I show off the deck list and play some games and hopefully maintain that perfect score, because if you see above me, the deck is currently 12-0 on ladder against meta lists. So this is the real deal. Let's get into the deck.
What a performance there by J-King.
J-King, full plot armor.
J-King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J-King is our world champion! J-King 7! What? The back-to-back cards world champion!
Alright, so we have the... Let's go over the Japan cards first. So the normal ones, Type 94, 2 Type 94s, 2 Aichis. This is sort of just really solid cards. Type 94, probably one of the best one-drops in the game. Just 0-op Blitz Tank. Aichi, really sticky unit, hard for decks to remove both copies of, hard for them to stop it from getting an attack through. And then the other 8 Japanese cards are 4 Diplomatic Attaches, 4 Duty Bounds, and then the German cards to go along with it. Of course, we have the Nachschub. We have 3 Jaegers for draw, 3 Suppressions for draw, 3 Buzz Bombs for draw, 2 Eratos for draw, 2 Glide Bombs for draw. Glide Bomb is the card that, well, my 4-attack deck did not work out. I did discover that Glide Bomb, incredibly underrated card. I absolutely love Glide Bomb. So Glide Bomb for draw, 2 Enigma for draw, and then the top end, we have Hipper, just classic Disruption, Restore, just 0-op Plane. It's also going to trigger the, help trigger the Suppressions. Comet, this is going to be your main finisher most of the time. Schützen's just a solid body in case they get something bigger to the front line. Also, it can deal burn damage straight to the HQ. And then we get into the more of the weird sections of the deck. I'll start with like the least weird first. So we have Shifting Attack. This card, of course, synergy with Comet lets you do 8 damage for 8 credits with 2 cards. You can also play it on Schützen to take out 2 units and trigger the Veteran effect twice. You can also do it on a Rado just to cycle, depending on the situation. You can even do it on Type 94 for 1 extra damage. Shifting Attack is a very versatile card to get more out of your units, because this deck is only on 16 units, so a relatively small amount. We have Reich Research. This one, you are almost, well, every single time I've played it, you're doing it on Tier 1 or Tier 2. Usually Tier 1 Research, just for the Flying Bomb. SU is a very difficult unit to get rid of, and as you can see from this list, there's not a ton of removal, there's not a ton of units, so if they go first, they get an SU down on 3, sometimes that can be difficult to get rid of, but Flying Bomb is just a straight 1-for-1 trade. You're happy with that, but sometimes you do go for the Synthetic Oil, because the plus 10 credits and the draw card lets you hand dump into an Enigma. It might let you get down a slightly cheaper, or you might let you get down Panther D slightly faster if you combine it with Nachschub. And then we have, of course, the aforementioned Panther D. And Panther D is a card where I was like, okay, it's a burn deck. What's my big finisher? It's Comet, but what if they have guards? What if they're spamming Glamour Boys and First Responders? Well, my answer to that was just Panther D seems really good in the meta. There's not a lot of hard removal. Obviously, Soviet Italy exists, so they're gonna Dago Strikes or Line for a Day or Hammer this or whatever. But everything else, like, think about Ramp. Ramp's primary way of removing units is by hitting it with a 6-attack bomber. Panther D has 6 health and heavy armor, so it can't die to a B-24D, it can't die to a B-24J, and it is going to just absolutely eat Glamour Boys. So, if they just try to guard up with a Glamour Boy or the First Responders, you just hit them with Panther D, and it's essentially Bismarck on a stick, but also it can then get even more damage with the Duty Bounds if you combine it with that. I've yet to run into a game where Panther D did anything. Of my 12 games, I played Panther D in one of them, and it got suppressed, and then I ended up winning the game with the other units I had on board. So like maybe I need to cut this, but this just feels like a really, really solid deck to help get across the line against ramp with lots of healing. And then we have the Strangleholds, and this is honestly the MVP of the deck. Stranglehold is absolutely brutal. Now, obviously, Stranglehold, a big bonus of Stranglehold is that people don't expect it, especially if you're not playing like a dedicated countermeasure deck. But so like definitely a huge amount of this deck's success, or Stranglehold's success, I should say, comes from people not playing around it, and definitely just people absolutely don't play around it. But I have played against a couple of people who did play around Stranglehold to the best of their ability. Stranglehold is just really good in the meta, particularly against self-damage, because self-damage is all about those multi-unit combos, getting down the mechanized into the SU for the draw, getting down the SU into the 34th guards with the cost reduction from the self-damage, getting down the 456th into the SU for the +1/+1. So, self-damage, the most popular deck, and one of the most powerful decks in the meta right now, is all about multi-turn, or multi-unit combos in a single turn, and you can't really play around Stranglehold if you do that. It's obviously less good against ramp when they're typically playing one unit a turn, but it can still be really good because it shuts down B24Ds because they play it and then they lose their credits, so they can't attack with it, which is very, very impactful in helping you get across the line. And it also stops like a double guard turn, like it stops double Glamour Boys, that kind of thing. It's insane against a deck like Jagro or Air, where it's all about spamming down one-cost units. And with the amount of card draw in this deck, you're able to just play out all of these one-cost cards, similarly to Jagro. But unlike Jagro, your one-cost cards, they just accomplish more. You have the ones that just get better the more you play them, the Diplomatic Attachés and the Duty Bounds, and then most of the other cards draw. So you're not just like running a whole bunch of one-cost units, because then you'll lose if your opponent guards up or sticks something big in the front line, and those might be better early in the game, but they don't scale well. Here, you're essentially just like playing on curve every single turn, and you're getting a ton of tempo out of cards like Stranglehold, cards like Duty Bound for getting really cheap buffs really quickly, and you're just trying to rush them down. It's not like a full burn strategy, but you're just going to be able to consistently get across the finish line with the combination of all of these cards. The rest of the stream is just going to be me playing the deck. First game against Britain. So against Britain, we're keeping the errata, we're keeping the Type 94. Honestly, keeping their store is like not crazy. I'm not going to keep the Diplomatic Attaché. Duty Bounds are better to scale with. This is actually an interesting question. Do I Type 94 him in the face, or do I Buzz Bomb him in the face? Obviously, conventional wisdom is Type 94 is just way better, because it's a unit, it's going to stick around on the board, its attack grows. However, my deck does have a limited number of units, so I would rather keep this if I can, like, Duty Bound it in the future, if I think he's just going to remove it the next turn, like with an Albacore or something. But I think it's more likely he just plays War Machine. Honestly, just gonna go for a tempo Glide Bombing. Man, I love Glide Bombing so much. Glide Bombing is such a feels-good card, man. If you guys have not played around with Glide Bombing, and to be fair, I haven't played around with Glide Bombing until last night, it just feels so good to play. Britain-German control seems like this could be the deck to lose to. If I lose the first game on stream with this deck, I'm going to be very sad. Alright, let's start with the draw. Do I want to Duty Bound the one in the front line? Or the errata? I think I want to Duty Bound the errata. Generally speaking, from what I've seen playing this deck, I think it's better to split up the buffs rather than buffing all onto a single unit. Also, with both of my remaining suppressions in hand, I do want to keep my air unit alive. And that's just GG. Alright. The streak continues. That was probably the worst deck I've played against. But ironically, probably the deck that would have the highest win rate against me if piloted correctly. So against Germany again, do I want to keep Reichsresearch? Probably is Germany in this. Germany right now, I have no idea what German decks are playing. So I don't know if there's gonna be good 3-drops to kill. It's probably just like a safe card to keep. Do I think he runs 35 Ts? Because I could just Jaeger this. I could Jaeger Duty Bound. That seems a little worse. I could Jaeger Shub. Next turn I Reich Research, kill this, push Duty Bound. Gets hard farmed by 35T. Could also be the suppress on deployment card. Which would I rather get suppressed? I'm not using the Blitz. The card draw is nice, but it's also not guaranteed. I think I'd rather have this suppressed. Alright, let's just get our card draw and 2 credits. One credit can't be missing. It could be Stranglehold, Careless Talk. It's not either the Lightning Strike or the foiled plans. Yeah, we'll just push it up. Honestly, countermeasures seem really annoying against this deck, because it sort of takes the power out of Aichi and Comet. Gives their store if it's Careless Talk. Sure, he Schützens the Naxu, but that's perfectly fine. Dive Bombing. That's a little less fun. So we're playing Aichi and we're playing Jaeger, and we're not pushing Jaeger. I could Duty Bound in attack phase. Honestly, I like that play. Okay, this guy's playing a weird deck. Man, on my way to Field Marshal, it was only meta decks, and now that I'm in Field Marshal, it's this stuff. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. People are trying to hit Field Marshal. Really? Sure. So Second Zusor is a great top deck. Is there any, like, Stars and Stripes? We haven't seen his ally nation. Do I want to suppress anything? Do I want to push? What happens if I suppress my own Zustor? Does it just go to a 4/4 0-ROP? I'm going to do this for science. Does anybody know before I do this? It definitely goes back to 0-ROP, but does it regain its stats? For science. This game's dumb. Do I want to push this? No. It's a 0-OP. I feel like I'm gonna get, like, blitzkrieged out of nowhere if I just go face. I could trade and get the draw. It's probably from the... oh, it could be retaliation. Well, I think I'm bombering into the 38T. Is that true? He's played 2 Spoils of War. He has Research and 2 countermeasures in hand. Surely I'm not dead to Blitzkrieg. Surely he doesn't run Blitzkrieg in this deck. Yeah, I mean, if he Maelstroms this is fine. Like, I get a card draw and he destroys his board too, and then I can Panther D with no countermeasures. That. Whoa. This guy goofed though. Right? No. No, I guess he couldn't. Diplomatic Attaché is lethal. Could get Strangleholded. Could get Careless Talked. Stranglehold. Could be missing, could be Envelop. But also, he could just have, like, Bridge Too Far. second Stranglehold or Night Hunters or something. We could have just pushed and then errated if this died. I like this play slightly better because he still kind of has to find an answer to the Panther D. What are the odds? Yeah, I was about to say, what are the odds he didn't hold up his countermeasure? Alright, that is another win on the board. That's a rule of thumb is anytime there is the possibility of a stranglehold happening, or like a Karume regiment dying or something like that, anytime there's the possibility that your turn will end prematurely, always hold up all countermeasures in your hand before you start to do anything, and then unplay them to regain your credits as the stranglehold doesn't trigger and whatnot. That's a very good rule of thumb to follow, is, like, you know, if you think there might be a stranglehold, always just, like, hold up Ultra, hold up From the Deep, whatever it is in your hand, and then play your first unit, even if you don't plan on holding up Ultra on that turn, because you could always just unpay the credits and get it back. Enigma Keep is tempting. Errata Suppression Keep, also tempting. I'm almost tempted to start with Buzz Bomb. Starting with Buzz Bomb for a couple of reasons. One, if he just like plays the Blitz Japanese 1-drop, we could Diplomatic Attaché Type 94. Or Errata. Type 94. It's a weird first play. I think we just go for the unit. If he spends his credit trading with that, it's fine. If he plays something from hand to blitz into it, that's better. Do we just go for a very early Stranglehold? I think so. My thought is he might have wanted to guarantee an expansion draw, which is why he went for the Type 93, rather than like a cavalry push-up, because he was worried it would get removed. Yeah, it's called thinking. I know that, like, some people struggle to do that, and also think that you don't need to do that until, like, at least turn 6, but, you know, thinking from turn 1 does help your win rate, typically. I could push. Pushing seems, well, pushing, I think I'm just gonna go face. Well, that was sort of worst case scenario. Because even Audacity doesn't trigger the Stranglehold. Could just Enigma for 2 draws. Seems pretty good. This is why I cut comms after the greetings. Now, people emoting amuses me. I basically never get tilted by emotes. Like, I understand people who, want to cut comms, but personally, I don't mind too much. So it is just on free to Jagro. I can errata Diplomatic Attaché Aichi. Gets farmed by, like a Despot or something. Suppression. Suppression's actually a really great pickup, because it lets us do this. Okay. Bro's cooking with Atsu. Well, we can still get, as long as he doesn't, like, somehow kill this, we can still get the draw. Well, we can't get the draw anymore. That's really annoying. So I could waste a glide bomb in. I think I kind of have to. Sick turn. So we still take the... No, we take no damage. That makes sense. So I'm get rid of the big scary Atsu. Do we want to Aichi Duty Bound or Zerstore? Probably just Zerstore. I feel like we have a good possibility of just winning with big cards. If he has Well, if he has 35T, he can't buff it. If he has Type 94, well, that trades 1-for-1. Oh, that's gross. I can get their store back. I could also kill the shock guy, which seems pretty good considering the situation. Okay, which unit do I want to play this on? Problem with playing it on the Aichi is I feel like there's a high chance he's just going to have some big fighters. But if I don't play it on the Aichi, he can hit into it if he has like an answer for the second copy. I think we just make big errata. Man, if I knew he was going to play so few cards, I would have kept Enigma. Seems to not have any tanks, which is excellent. Or he's like setting up Blitzkrieg lethal. I mean, I kind of have to go face like this. Okay, there's lethal on board. There's a lot of ways for him to disrupt it. Our diplomatic and honorables are both on 4. Ooh. I don't think we want to risk losing the Aichi. Maybe I should have just added Flying Bomb and passed, but I kind of want the... I don't think he's going to kill me in 2 turns, and I want the draw on Synthetic Oil. Howdy, Alex Arquez. Okay, top deck expansion, that's unfortunate. We have Comet for lethal. Schutzen is lethal as long as there's something in the front line. And of course, Diplomatic Attaché is lethal. So it's 4 draws for lethal. And that's assuming that he... Okay, commit the reserves. He needs like a way to kill his own Aichi, maybe? Or a Desperate Measures. Heian blocks the Aichi. And... Oh, but that's not lethal because he's at... Right... Putting them to 1 doesn't actually matter. So I think I Hipper and Expanded Reich Research. Well, this is happening for sure. The question is, do I attack, do I Synthetic Oil, or do I upgrade Research? I think drawing, like the percentage of my deck, we have 4 immediate lethals off the top, and then like the rest of our deck is probably 80% card draw. So I think having 22 credits and 2 more cards in hand, the odds of drawing lethal is probably substantially higher than the odds of winning the game with any of the other lines. Alright, not a worry. In my mind, 15-0, baby. Yeah, with the amount of credits I had left, because I drew with suppression, so I had, like, a Buzz Bomb. I guess I could have drawn the 4th Honorable, and I wouldn't have been able to kill him. But I do make a 6-1 Aichi and kill the Heian, and then I don't think he can kill me next turn. Britain, probably gonna keep the Aichi. That's fine. There is, if you have Enigma in this hand, Diplomatic Attaché face against not Jaguar is honestly probably the best play, but man, I just love how you're playing like 4 cards a turn, but also you never run out of cards in your hand. It's like playing Jaguar if you always have expansions. I just have to make sure we don't Diplomatic Attaché the Type 94 accidentally. Also, what? Did he just attack and then buff? Well, I might be winning because my opponents are making plays like that. Third Diplomatic top deck, pretty good. Worse than second Honorable top deck, but not gonna complain. Is he gonna trade? Doesn't trade, for some reason. Ooh. 2 draw or Aichi on board. If I Aichi and then he Wrath Lightnings, I think it's gotta be the Enigma. Is it time to just start commenting him in the face? Probably not. So he wants to wave. That's pretty clear. We know it's US ally, because we've seen from the people. Sincerely yours top deck. It's unfortunate. Well, I don't think that really changes our turn a whole lot. We just drop him to 6, right? Brit Air players are built different. Yeah, dude. There'll be people who, like, will make it to, like, the top 4 of an OCC, and then you queue into them on ladder and they mess up cast placement by turn 2. Oh, Echelon. I have not seen Echelon played yet. I kind of forgot that this was a card. I remember seeing this in preview season, and being like, I really want to try out this card. And then I just forgot that it existed. Also, he's just, like, turbo dead, right? I guess it could be Halbert. If your units... If another of your units is attacked. So he has 2 echelons. So all of his units, other than the one attacked, get +2/+2 if one of them is attacked. Interesting. So check first for National Fire Service. Now we check for Talbot. Okay, he's just dead. Man, I'm so happy that this deck, like, hasn't lost a game yet. Like, I know it's eventually gonna lose a game. Like, every deck loses a game. But I'm so happy that I didn't go, like, 12-0 off stream and then open up stream and then lose, like, 6 in a row. Britain. Okay, Jaegers are probably pretty bad. Diplomatic Attache's bad. I think we just full mulligan this hand. If we can pick up a Type 94, Jaeger's good on our own units. I think we just full mulligan, though. Alright. Buzz Bomb. Man, when Buzz Bomb was, like, first showed, I was so... Also move myself back up here now. I was so unimpressed with Buzz Bomb. Initially. But honestly, I love it now. Like, it can't fit into every deck, certainly, but just being able to bop the opponent cycle a card. But also being able to, like, just kill Jaguar units at the cost of the card draw. Really fun design space. So I've been wanting to not play Shub because of Errata. I think it's fine to play Shub now, because next turn we're playing Zerstorer. Of course, he might actually be holding up first responders if it's ramp. Is 2-6 versus 1-5 a big difference? A little. So I play Naxxrub, he pushes up a 2-6. I play Zerstorer. Does he run like UWS? That could matter. If I don't... Because I won't have the credits to Naxxrub shoots in on the next turn. Also, if we can retreat it with like Wrath, we overdraw. So I don't think I play it. Alternatively, I could have just like Diplomatic Attaché'd him in the face. No first responders. Okay, so we still have no idea what he's playing. Research is the only card he has played so far. And he also has the medical card back. Good choice. Oh, Pin. That makes sense why he wasn't playing anything now. I could Hipper the Shub. Issue is he might have Ultra up. And it's quite committal to go for the Hipper. Okay, we got the Monty down. Commandos. Man, I almost got bricked yesterday playing this deck by a guy who played Baker Street Irregulars and got the number... So the number 9 commander, the 3/3 that stops things with 4 more attack from attacking. I had like Schutzen, 2 Zerstorers, and like an Errata that had like 3 Audible on it. And I just like couldn't do anything. So we can take one of these out. Oh, actually, there's a really fun play here. This is actually quite fun. So we take one of these out. Naxxrub gives us credits. We Hipper the other, and then we Stranglehold him, so when he replays the commander, we just return to hand. He loses all of his credits. Man, I love this deck so much. Basically, it's just a whole lot of cycle cards with a few pieces of burn here, and the idea is you just try to get a ton of tempo out of the Japan cards that scale, and then use a handful of just like the beefy mid-range units, the sticky units like Aichi, and then some of the best early game options, like Type 94, to just bully your opponent out of the game. Speaking of bullying your opponent out of the game, we can Diplomatic Attaché, we go up to 8, 7, 6, push Schutzen. Pushing Schutzen does give us 2 adjacent units for pin, and 2 units in the front line for frontline retreat. However, if we play Zerstorer, we could walk into like a wave after wave. If he has like Bloody Sickle on this Schutzen wave after wave, we lose the entire board. That's not that great. So I think I want to get the second Schutzen up. Is it Sickle Wave? Okay. If he did Sickle Wave, that would be really funny. Like, obviously, it would still be a really good play for him, but... Sickle Red Dawn. Takes the damage. Floats 5. So, I want to attack first for just checking National Fire Service. Glide Bombing check for Ultra. Could be Lure. Could be Talbot. And he's just dead. Alright. Not sure what counter, but I guess it's gotta be first responders that he was holding up, and that's why he didn't upgrade the Red Dawn. This deck is just fun to play. Like, I don't know. I really like Glide Bombing. It's not like an amazing card, but it's much better than I thought it was, but it's just so much fun to play with. Honestly, like Type 94 against Japan, not that important. It's essentially just a worse Diplomatic Attaché. Oh, we could get down to turn 2 Aichi. Oh, it's beautiful. You suck, man. You know that? Okay, Buzz Bomb. And I will draw with both of them. Buzz Bomb can be used to just take out units against Japan, but we are going first with no other draw in hand. Well, turn 3's Restore. Honestly, probably better than turn 2 Aichi. Or I could do... Well, no. It's definitely got to be the Restore. He can't commit the reserves it. And if we do like even Type 94 Aichi, he can like 35T Cavalry. Ruin my life. Do I want to get the card draw? Restore's going face like 100% of the time. And we'll... No, I think I want the Type 93. This is happening, this is happening. This is happening, and this is happening. Maybe I could have held on to the Type 93. I think it's primarily just for preventing, like, making him spend credits to do anything with the support line. Worst case scenario is Desperate Measures, but if he Desperate Measures, he needs, like, Desperate Measures second 35T, and he can take out the Zerstorer. Expansion doesn't have the credits for commit the reserves, so Aichi's just gonna trade. Ooh. Oh, Hipper's such a nasty top deck. Honestly, there's a world where hitting Yokosuka might have been slightly better. Or, like, killing Type 93 and bouncing Yokosuka. Because now we can rip an Audacity and maybe hit the Zerstorer. Never punished. Well, we just drop him to 2. He has 5 credits. Second 35T, Desperate Measures, that clears the board. Okay, we have Comet. Schutzen's not lethal this turn. I could push a 1-3 Schutzen to the front line, slow him down. Problem is that I might slow him down too much. Like, I might slow him down to the point where he doesn't take the front line, which would be problematic. So this is getting played. I could Glide Bombing Aichi, which might change the lethal math. I think we do Glide Bombing. The question is, do I push? If we're playing the Glide Bombing, I am pushing. Because I think the reason to hold on to Glide Bombing is Glide Bombing hit with an Axtube, something in the front line to try to draw into, like, exactly 4th Diplomatic. Okay, Schutzen is lethal. We have 4 draws for lethal. That's not one of them. Not dead on board. We're like super dead to Aunt Frida there. Dead to 3rd 35T. Does he have the credits to... oh, that's just lethal. Alright. Well, we've lost our first game on the deck. I think, had we killed the Type 93 and bounced the Yokosuka, would that game have gone differently? Maybe. If we'd not actually... no, but we needed to trade for the Nakshub credits. Yeah. But, I mean, hey, losing the first game to Jagro with a good hand, and it was winnable. Like, we had draws for lethal. It's pretty good. Granted, I also had, like, a good hand. Sometimes you just break against Jagro. That was not one of those times. Alright, what are we keeping here? CPU beginning. I feel like I've seen this guy before, and I feel like he likes to play control decks. I could be thinking of someone else, though. Aichi seems like a good keep. Harada seems like a good keep. Duty Bound seems like a good keep if we're keeping 2 units. The reason that we're playing this out, rather than just saving it to guarantee it with Duty Bound, is I feel like the primary way he kills this is with Albacore. So if he Albacores, then we just Harada Duty Bound. Do I want to Duty Bound this now? So then next turn I can do Aichi and attack? I think so. I don't think Jaeger in the front line accomplishes anything. So probably first responders. Yep. Second first responders. Second responders, if you will. No. I don't know how useful Stranglehold is going to be in this matchup. Mostly because I still have no idea what this guy's playing. We've seen Naval Power, Sincerely Yours, and First Responders. I'm just going to hold it up. Could be Commandos. Could start like a turn with a Pioneer. I want a Diplomatic face first so I can Buzz Bomb guarantee. I can guarantee the draw on Buzz Bomb in case it's Ultra. Like, it could be Lure, but like, let's be honest, the odds it's Ultra much higher. Okay, Type 94. I don't want to play it, do I? Actually. So this is getting held up. And these things are happening. The reason to hold it is I don't want to overcommit to a board like a Carpet Bombing, but if he Carpet Bombs, we just get to get him for 10. The question is, does he have to Carpet Bomb anyways if we don't play the Type 94? I don't think we play it. Second first responders. Okay, Stranglehold accomplishes little to nothing, and he's up to 25. And get some more draw. Okay, there's the Raft Lightning. That's a very annoying card to see. And he does have the Albacore. Well, we'll start with the Errata. Flying Bomb. Do we start pushing this? We're in a really bad position. I could sack the Aichi and just take out the Raft Lightning. I do think we have to lose this guy now. Unfortunately. I could shifting attack for another card draw. I don't think we're that desperate. I'd like to pick up an Enigma soon. Because if I like pick up an Enigma, I could just double research, go for synthetic oil, get like 20 credits, hand dump Enigma, draw like 5, draw 6, something like that. Oh, that's really bad. It's France. Okay, he doesn't take the research, which is really good. He probably just takes the Schutzen, because French players take the big units. That's just how they play. Like, I've never seen somebody... Oh my goodness. I was about to say, I've never seen somebody not take the biggest card when offered it off Sabotage. That's... Now I'm just confused. Like, why would you push this? You see Schutzen. What's your game plan? Huh? Okay, what... There's... It's Britain. France has no countermeasures. I don't think there's anything that Britain has that punishes this. Double Glamour Boys. Well, that's annoying. The question is, do I want to go for tier 3 or not? So if he's France, he probably has like some compromises and honor and loyalties in his hand, which makes synthetic oil worse for him because he has to play them. Problem is, if I do this and he doesn't honor and loyalty, we're kind of in like a whatever position. I guess he's gonna like trade shifting attack replay. He might be saving shifting attack for like Wellington. Top deck Sabotage, so he's guaranteed to take Comet or Research. Takes Research. He could have taken Comet there. I mean, I guess he just discards Comet with Research. Man, top deck second Sabotage. I mean, he takes Comet if I go for Synthetic. Just replace this. Sure. I think our win condition is the 1 in 3 he doesn't discard Comet. Okay. Well, he didn't discard both, so that's good. Yeah, third first responders. Problem is we don't really have the stain power. It's got a Panther D. We have Panther D left in the deck. And he might not have an answer for that. How much is this guy healed? He's down 2 Glamour Boys and Sincerely Yours. Okay, here come the compromises. Probably don't want to play this Enigma. Second Wrath Lightning. And we're down all 3 sabotages, I believe. Or, suppressions. Ooh. Okay, okay. Need Carpet Bomb this? Yeah. Oh, we do have another suppression. That's interesting. Well, I don't think we're racing him from 30, so we're just gonna go for the trade. He goes for card drawn himself. That's good. That's less good. Double Enigma. So Schützen getting pushed up for sure. Aichi hitting face for sure. I think I want to Enigma with no cards. Or like 4 no cards. No Ultra, no 4th first responders. Okay, Black Prince, and another 5th Brigade. Okay, we draw the big guy. This is kind of the guy that has to win us the game. So we need to think about how to best utilize this. Obviously, we can't have it in hand for 3rd Sabotage. Do I want to play it on board? If Yano and Loyalties it doesn't matter. My thought is if he can trade 1 credit order wave after wave, push up, trade, he can clear the entire board. And then I just lose. But if he's running Sabotages, it means he's probably not running Defend in Depth. Maybe like 1. But he probably has Phony War, so actually we are getting relatively close to that whole fatigue issue. Well, that's really annoying. Question is, do I want to draw? What can I draw? I think we have a diplomatic attaché. Yes. Okay, so we keep Churchill, or the, not Churchill, we keep the Panther D alive for a turn. Problem is, like, it just dies to wave after wave of carpet bombing. Okay, we have lethal, actually, if this sticks. It's not gonna stick, but we have lethal if it does. Okay, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Drawn into 5, then we're drawn into 6, so we're taking 11. I'm not dead. So right now, Phony, yeah, if he has 2 forced draw cards or third honor and loyalty, we'd lose. And there's no way to play around that. Am I dead through Glamour, boys? Yeah, I think I'm dead to Glamour, boys. Naval Powers, yeah. It's Jover. I'm just, yeah. Man, the top deck sabotage to steal research to discard Comet was heartbreaking. Now, I beat Mill yesterday. I think if he doesn't have the sabotages, I win that. Like, if it's a more normal Mill build, where he has, like, phonies and maybe defend in depths, call to the colony, something like that, instead of the 3 sabotages, I think we win. Because normal Mill doesn't have a way to remove cards from your hand. Do I keep Reich Research? It's a bit slow against Jaggro. Also, if he didn't have his 1 phony war on the turn where he phonied to draw, like, 5 cards for himself and refill his hand, I think we might get it. Just going to attack. If he trades, it's fine. If he hits it with something else and pushes, it's worse, but it's still fine. Oh, that's unfortunate. I just poured a whole bunch of water on myself. Yeah. Well, we're fine just, like, passing against Jaggro. Okay, if he can play some 1 health units, that would be nice. Because we just sack the Jaeger for the draw. I'd love to get more out of my units, but he's making it quite hard. Here come the 1 health units. I can double Diplomatic. I can double Diplomatic Stranglehold. That seems really good if he goes for a 1-drop. If he just, like, slams Dragon Slayer, that's pretty bad. Okay, it does start with the draw, but we do catch him with the Stranglehold. Enigma pickup is good. Hopefully he doesn't have, like, 35T Aichi or Audacity. That's fine. That's fine. We're chillin'. So I can clear the front line. Okay, Dragon Slayer, actually really good card, because it means he's not hand dumping. Okay, excellent pickup. Because now we can take out Dragon Slayer. Ooh. Diplomatic Attaché number 4. Just gonna hold on to this. Because if we play it on the Aichi, he just gets a free kill. Like, it's probably dead anyways, but yeah, this works out very well for us. Alright. Second Enigma. Probably one of the worst cards. Okay, so he was holding onto expansions, didn't have the Blitz 1-drops, draws into the Blitz 1-drop. Raiding Brigade. Could just make that an 8-7, drop him to 10. Issue is that doesn't really help a lot if he just has a Type 93, whatever. So I think we make it an 8-7 and trade. This drastically increases the odds it sticks. Okay, Blitzkrieg. Am I just gonna die to Heian next turn? Man, Blitzkrieg and Heian in the same deck is a crime. Sendai. And the one card in our deck that we draw, which makes us unable to Enigma. Well, hopefully he doesn't have, like, Desperate Measures or Audacity. If he just, like, slams a unit. Anne. Oh. Beautiful. Alright, I think we go face. If we trade, we're dead to Desperate. If we trade, we're also dead to Audacity. It's 2 cards. Ooh. Drop into 7, we have pretty decent chances of killing him. We have Schützen lethal. We have honorable or duty bound lethal. We also have the return to hand lethal. Matt, you're going to attack first, so type 93 isn't lethal. Alright. Still have draws for lethal. And there it is. Shifting attack. Okay. Very close game. But we got there. 18-2 and 20. Pretty good. 90% win rate after 20 games. Yeah, missed lethal. Yeah, he could have committed his own unit. Good point. Yeah, he also should have pushed the Sendai the turn before. Because it's the thing under the Sendai was the smokescreen Aichi. It wasn't a fighter. I really like keeping duty bounds. Against Japan, it probably gets worse. This should be fine. Oh. Well, that's a weird card. Yeah, I guess we just play out the Jaeger. He's probably not running 35Ts. He might be some kind of self-credit denial combo deck. Might be, like, control. This probably hits the Shub, right? I can draw with Type 94 duty bound into Radiant Brigade. That feels weak. But it also guarantees the draw, which is good. I guess actually Diplomatic Attaché trade is better. Wait, I... Okay. Don't worry about that. My opponent's plays are rubbing off on me. Japan, France. Are we gonna get sabotaged again? If I get sabotaged again, I might just have to end the stream there. Okay, so story dies to defend in depth. We could save it for the suppression next turn. What else is Japan, France gonna have on 5? Probably not running credit denial package. He might be running, I guess he could, like, if you give him a free turn, he probably, like, compromises. We're just gonna play it. Hopefully he doesn't have defend in depth. If he has defend in depth, that's really bad, but we're already in a bit of a bad spot. Early phony. That's fine. Oh, the duty bounds. The problem is you can't just, like, stack a duty bound on a single target anymore. Because of honor and loyalties. Like, before Japan, France used to be really bad at single target removal. Yeah, he has about 1,001 ways to overdraw me this turn. He can even sack the Karume, which still draws a card from the Jaeger. Oh, we're down to 6 cards, so actually doesn't have that many ways, but he can definitely do it. Okay. Trade. Trade. We overdraw 1. Is there store? Not the end of the world. So both of our Japanese orders are on 3s. Yep. Hipper's fine. Diplomatic attaché number 3 is sad. Jaeger's fine. So hold the stranglehold. We are duty bound in. He's at 9. Should have drawn this first. Oh, we pick up the comet. That's huge. We also might catch a huge storm dragon. Man is cooking. He gets to keep the blitz, so he does get to trade that to force draw 2. But we don't overdraw. Diplomatic attaché. Do I just get him with Comet? Are we at that point of the game? I drop him to 12 with Comet. If I Comet Diplomatic Attaché this turn instead of holding Stranglehold, we set up a lethal next turn if this sticks. But, like, there's no way he's not healing or guarding or removing this. He doesn't have the credits yet to present threats to us while stopping Comet from killing him, and if he's a sane individual, he shouldn't have a way of removing Comet. It'd be bad if he starts, like, slamming Osaka regiments or something, but... Okay, suppression number 3. So we're out of suppressions. We're out of duty bounds. We're out of Jaegers. And that's the other Aichi. That's fine. Do I want to dump this? I think so. No ways to kill him from hand next turn. He's down 3 healing. ALS. I wonder if he's running ALS for value or if he's got like a full credit denial package thing going on here. Schutzen. Got just Enigma here. Could Aichi. Gives him an honor and loyalty target. Which he does have 2 of. I think we just do this. We have lethal through guard. Do you think Brit-Japan pin is viable in ranked? Seems so close to being busted. I don't think it's viable in ranked for the reason that its worst matchup is heavy control. And any deck whose worst matchup is heavy control is not ranked viable. Oh, the shoots in overdraw. I think it's viable in tournament, where your opponents are bringing more sane decks, and also bringing a wider variety of decks. The big thing Pin is missing now is a win condition. Because they used to have a win condition in Commonwealth, and then like Key and Wellington to like get in the extra chip damage. They don't really have that anymore. That's a good pickup. So he's out of compromise, maybe one call to the colonies. Do we have enough time to rush him? Do hit fatigue slightly faster with this, but it's also going to give us the credits to hand dump. Home defense. So start with suppression, so we don't draw a card. We're gonna comet. Ah, does it have to be this one? This is gonna draw us 2 cards, which is a lot of cards. Okay, if he has Honor and Loyalty, I think we just lose. But we were gonna lose anyway, so I had to go for it. Commit the reserves. Might be fine. Pin enemy. What's that pin comment? Pin and units deployed and added by the enemy next turn. Oh, that's gonna pin comment. Wait, am I crazy? Oh, he got compromise off the 1 ALS, so that is compromise number 5. Oh, why? Damn, and exhaust all options to stop the comet. That's pretty cool, dude. Yeah. We take 12 damage to the HQ. Yeah, we kind of got a little bit unlucky on the overdraws there. But also, I'm not sure we were beaten 5 compromises and 2 call to the colonies. Britain. It's crazy that I haven't seen like a single self-damage deck. Maximum gets worse against Britain. A lot of Britain decks don't play a lot of units. Also, we're going first. Yeah, it's a very slow hand for double War Machine ramp. Hopefully he doesn't have Wrath Lightning. Yeah, Warbonds is fine. Surely he's a sane human being without B17 in his deck. Oh, Calliope. Okay. Catch a... Why does it say he has 3? So he's holding up a 3-cost countermeasure, right? Which is almost certainly going to be whatever the hell that card's called. Is it Ultra? It's actually Ultra. Damn. Stops 3 damage. Do I get these out now? I could kill the Calliope. I mean, I don't think he's gonna have much that does 3. Like, it's, you know, maybe I can Wellington, reduced Wellington trade shoot to take it out. But I don't think there's anything, like, efficient that kills this. And he does have a lot of ways of killing this without the Calliope. Just rope out. Oh, this is lethal. Play around Lure. Alright though. Bit of a weird game. Fighting Mill is barely worth your time. Yeah, I don't hate playing against a Mill, like, every now and then. But it's kind of a terrible experience. It's also a really terrible experience if you're playing a non-meta deck. Because if you're playing a non-meta deck, you're like trying to have fun, you're trying to get good games against the meta. And then you play against Mill, and it's like, well, this is... feels bad. It feels bad when you're punished for not playing the meta. Type 94 against Jaguar is kind of whatever in this deck. Jaeger's definitely a good keep. He starts with the Type 94, which means he can't 35T. Okay, Diplomatic Attaché is a great top deck, because that lets us do this. Lightning Strike. Okay. Man, I wish I could... I wish I didn't hit Field Marshal. All of my games in Field Marshal were against more competitive decks than all of my games since hitting Field Marshal. Okay, Radiant's gone. That's good. This is Stranglehold's time. I think it might be Stranglehold time. Like, it's possibly just like 35 Ts, and it's kind of like whatever. But Kurume? Okay. I could Diplomatic Attaché the Raiding Brigade to push their store. I kind of like that, making the most out of my credits. Okay, so suppression without the draw, trade, float. We're just going to Hipper and then suppress it on the following turn. Hipper does have some anti-synergy with the Enigmas, but it's not too bad. So, a second Lightning Strike, we're down to 9. Diplomatic is top deck. Top deck Diplomatic is lethal. Oh, he has his own Enigma. Good for you, buddy. Okay, well, we'll just get down a Panther D. And then hit the Kurume. Is this going to be the first game we actually win with Panther D? If I died to 35T Type 94 Blitzkrieg, I think I would have... I don't know, but it wouldn't have been pretty. No. 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 Oh my god, dude! 9 from hand on 7 credits? Are you kidding me? Your Enigma drew you into 9 burn from hand. Well, I guess I could have pushed their store to play around that. Then I don't have guaranteed lethal on the next turn. Yeah, I think it was pretty reasonable not to play around 9 burn from hand on 7 credits with an Enigma draw. Alright then. Another Japan, another Jagro. Do I keep their store? With the Nax Troop, getting out a cheap their store quickly could actually be somewhat backbreaking. I think we actually do the Errado, because he can't 35T, so as long as he can't value trade into the Errado, I think I'd rather get the Errado down. That... Oh, so is he going to trade the other one? Huh? Alright. Well... So I can do this trade, that's worse than doing this. So he doesn't have expansion in hand. That is a given. I'm not going to hold up Stranglehold, because odds are he's just going to play down like a Dragon Slayer or something. He has 2 cards in hand and none of them are expansion. I do want to keep him from being able to top deck expansion. So we're going to do this. If he top decks like Audacity, that'd be really bad. Top deck Cavalry. He can Desperate Clear, he can top deck Expansion, but I think we are at a point where just there's a higher win percentage trying to pressure. Oh, are we gonna get Blitzkrieged? No, okay. Diplomatic would be a nice draw. Stranglehold. Oh, if we Aichi trade, he can still top deck Desperate. And because of Quasar Store gaining credits, going face isn't lethal setup. So I think I do trade. I am still mildly concerned that he has like a Blitzkrieg in hand or something. Mito. Alright, this should just be game. I don't think he can kill me in 2 turns. And that's actually just lethal top deck. And we are back to winning. Okay, we've hit 20. It'd be fun to, like, play against Soviets. I haven't played against Soviets on stream at all today, I think. Which is insane, because going down into Field Marshal was like 75% Soviets. Germany? Is this the guy we played earlier? If he is, I don't remember what that guy was playing, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna full mulligan. Look for units. Okay, he starts with the Nakshub. Jaeger, there's a risk of 35T, and also we don't really have anything to do on the following turn, so we're just gonna pass. Hope we can't put out too much pressure. No, we're just gonna pass again. Ooh, for attack. With double credit gain. If he has the problem is this probably just gets farmed by the deployment fight Schützen. I wish it all trades 1 for 1, but it also like is essentially free for him to play, so yeah. Just gonna buff it. If he has dive bombing, this game's over. Man, I need a Schützen top deck. This is pretty good too. This is on 1. Do I trade to deny him the free credit, or do I not trade to heal myself 4? I think next turn we're just playing Panther D. I think I want to deny him credits. Oh, but he's Italian ally, so I play Panther D and it just gets stagger striked immediately. And the second Enigma top deck is rough. Hipper. And then he just sets up lethal. Which means we have to sack Comet. Yeah, and I think that Hipper was top decked too. Draw last. Oh, thank goodness he missed. Okay, pure whiff. I can glide bombing this to just cycle the glide bombing. That seems wrong. Alright, it's gonna be like impossible to win this game from 4 health with no healing, but we're gonna give it our best shot. The story is really bad. We can glide bombing to avoid dying to it. I could just like glide bombing Panther D, but again, he's Italy ally, so he's almost certainly gonna have a way to kill it, and especially because we know he drew 2 not 4 attack units. One of them I think was the sudden strike. Okay, we're just going to go for the hand refill. Wait, he just... What? Okay. We've been granted a second lease on life. So what the heck is the best way to get these cards out of my hand? So this needs to die. But we don't necessarily need to kill it this turn. Which means we can Buzz Bomb face. Which we should have done first. I think we hold on to this. I don't think this matters at all. This actually stops his dagger strikes, if anything. Okay, third one of these guys. Ooh, that's a good draw. I think I'd rather just get the... Well, the issue is I feel like the Panther D is not going to accomplish anything, so the Schützen should bait out the removal. But he also has intel on the Panther D, so he's probably not going to kill Schützen unless he has 2 pieces of removal. It might... No. No, that's not how this game ends. What? What? Alright, well, we found our next YouTube short clip. That was a game of all time. Well, you know what? I didn't believe in the comeback. I was like, surely he's gonna like top deck a comet or a second attack in the colonies and not whiff. Honestly, it makes me think that he didn't intentionally. He might have like intentionally not killed me before because he wanted to win with that. He also had Case Blue. There's a decent chance he had Alpenfesting in hand if we ever got close to killing him. Yeah, pretty solid deck list. Don't really get the Buzz Bombs too much. No Dagger Strikes, though, actually. One Lion for a day. Pretty low on removal. So actually maybe I should have just gone for the Panther D. Didn't matter in the long run. Oh wait, did I mark that as a win? 20 and 5. Gone down to 80%, but that's still pretty good. It's always Soviet Italy. We could play Schutzen, and then he just, like, removes it. That's fine. If he hammers, or Line for Days, or hammers, or Dagger Strikes this, I think it's fine. He might be a bit more in on the air variant of the deck. We'll try it like this just so he doesn't double trade into Schutzen. He's, like, I don't think Schutzen's veteran in this game, but at least it makes it more difficult for him. Like, he might just, like, Dagger Strikes, push, trade out a Rado. That'd be very sad. I'm just gonna Hipper my Rado back to hand. After this game, I might do a couple of games against viewers, if people are interested in that, so. If you don't currently have the game open, and you want to, potentially play against this deck, so we are 1 credit off lethal. And we go. That was a pretty solid win. See, this is like probably like the most meta. Like out of all of the games we've played today, this is probably the deck that most closely resembles tournament decks. And this was like the most convincing win. It was just a bit of a stomp. This is what I mean by I think this deck is like tier 1, is I think you could bring this deck to a tournament. I think you could have brought this deck to the last tournament and done incredibly well with it. This is a interesting hand. Germany. I think that's something a lot of people tend to misunderstand, is that if an archetype, like if there's a clear archetype pushed for a nation, that it's supposed to be like tournament worthy. Aunt Frida. This is a very good hand to go for synthetic oil with, but if he's playing Aunt Frida, that makes me think he's going to have a lot of 3-attack units, so just developing a insta wipe off the board card seems pretty good. We're gonna go for oil. Oil is gonna lead to more interesting game states. Okay, second off clone. Jaeger pass. Well, can't be from the deep. If this is careless or stranglehold, I'm fine with either. Careless was better. Alright, well, it gives him another countermeasure, but, you know, bouncing the 4-3 back to hand, denying the credit and the draw, seems pretty good. He has 5 cards in hand, and 2 of them are countermeasures, and 2 of them are tank maneuvers. Buffs it and pushes, thank goodness. If he didn't push, I would have been so scared of, how much? 8, 9, 10, 12. Can drop him to 6. I think I'm going to play this now. Just to clear up another card out of my hand. Generally, I like to hold Shifting Attack just for lethal bursts from hand. Okay, let's start with Buzz Bomb. Retaliation for 1. I think we're just going to keep on to everything in hand. We've seen the 3 countermeasures, so assuming that none of those were just Rod in the deck, we're chilling. I don't think we've seen an ally nation yet, so I don't know if he's going to have guides. But I'm also pretty confident that I'm not about to just, like, die from hand. So I have the credits to check for suppression. And, GG. Forlorn on Britain. Is Forlorn the one who was talking about Britain-German control? Okay, we'll keep this. Air power? Desert dust. These things have to be attacked, right? Yeah. Let's hold on to that. Okay, 4 credits now. Ooh, Italy. Okay, let's get down to the Zestora. Take another 2. This could get Lion for a day. This could get Dagger Strike. Yeah, Lion. It's a little annoying. And Mary Nostrum to clear up the Jaeger. Do I care about these? I don't think so. I'm about to get lured on the synthetic oil. Okay. Man, that desert push was brutal. Do I have to be afraid of, like, naval power? Okay, well, we're starting with this. Damn. Let's see, we do this, we do this. We do this, we do this. We draw. And we push some cards up. Okay, we're probably going to lose this game because he's still on 21 health, and his deck is probably full of guard and healing. Black Prince, though. That's pretty good. Do I retreat that? And do I play one of these? And if so, on what? So we can Black Prince and then push both of these. So I probably want to hit this. Although, how much damage is this? 10? I don't think I'm able to start noggining. Oh boy. That's bad. Okay, I need 3rd suppression top deck. Well, actually, how bad is that? If I do this... No, I already messed that up. No, I didn't. It's fine, because now I do this. Then this. Then this. Then this. And this. Alright. Well, we're not getting any damage in, but we are dealing with the board and drawing cards. Our diplomatics are on 4, and our duty bounds are on 3. Grenguard. 3 credits held up. Yeah, just getting down both of these. I shouldn't have put them side by side because of Monty. Okay. That's a big top deck. Could drop into 14 next turn. I could, in theory, draw cards to drop him to 11. No, I deal 11 damage, so drop him to 3. 2 with the hit. Is that higher winning chances? Than just... Look at slightly higher winning chances. Like, he could just have double Machi. And we die, but... That pins it, doesn't kill it. Okay, if we draw Buzz Bomb into Duty Band, we win. Unless this is Ultra. And it's Ultra. Well. Do we go face? Do we just try to win with Aichi's now? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, it turns out getting hit for 10 from a Desert Push is pretty bad. Good game. Alright, Baron. Up in here with a Britain deck. Sometimes I like to keep Buzz Bomb in the mulligan. Just because if you know there's nothing you're going to be doing on turn 1, you might as well Buzz Bomb just be essentially 1 credit. Like 1 card deeper into your deck. Or more accurately, 1 credit deeper into the deck. Since you can basically always Buzz Bomb for draw. However, against Britain, I do think just mulliganing for the Type 94 is probably better. Now, is this just meta ramp, or is this unitless combo? It's Baron, so it's probably unitless combo, but I did say I want to play it against meta decks, so we might be... Oh, it's a classic deck, of course. It's better than Southern Plain. So you run, like, naval powers? Ah, okay, so it is just unitless. Okay, but US unitless, I feel like this should be a fine matchup. As long as he doesn't double Firewall, I guess. Wait. This can attack now, right? Yeah. Get played? Alright, the suppression tech against Firewall. Oh, sincerely yours. Firewall number 3. Well, guess what? Because I have suppression number 2. This is a silly game. Well, he's not playing any units, so we might as well get these out now. He might run 1 board clear. I kind of forget. I forget if this runs like wave or something. Fort. I don't think he would be running first responders. Kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Just gonna play down this. He's played 3 firewalls, so surely... Oh, he just has air power number 2. Okay. Well, that's sad. Lend-Lease, okay. Well, I feel like we are not winning this game. It's probably fair to say. Okay, this is going up. This is going face. This is going face, and then I think we do this. What's better, 1 damage or 1 draw? Probably 1 draw. Because I might just die this turn. And if I don't die this turn, I feel like he's probably doing National Fire Service garbage. Firewall number 4. Escort group to shuffle materials. Or armaments, I mean. And fort. Wait. What did he... Firewall for the 3rd time? The hell did he firewall? Oh, this can't... Yeah, okay. Well, got the big errata. We're 1 off lethal. Oh, well, there's like no way he doesn't pin or heal. Yeah, there's the heal. And then he probably does 9 from hand next turn. It's not that unlikely that we don't die here. That's bad. Man, I forgot Shellin was a card. He's cheating. He's playing. Okay, well we have a lot of draws for lethal. That is not one of them. So we are like giga dead. Yeah, if we'd attacked instead of drawing that one turn, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't paying enough attention to the hand. Maybe if we drew one less card, we wouldn't be able to do. Kill the Aichi. Oh, he was just trolling. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping he would, like, play Pioneer or something. Damn. Well, that was shockingly good considering how unlucky we got, how lucky Baron got, and also he's playing a classic deck versus a standard deck. GG. Yeah, no, it was a really fun game. I'm salty at how like poor the RNG went, but I don't mind playing against the unit list with this deck. That was a pretty fun matchup. Yeah, there was a couple draws for lethal there. Yeah, I dealt one less damage. Like I played out the glide bombing instead of attacking for one on one turn, the turn before the second Enigma. I don't know if I would have won because I don't know if missing out on the one extra draw would have changed the cards I drew into. I think it meant I wouldn't have drawn the Schützen the turn I played it, but then the Schützen never actually attacked because it was pinned. Maybe it did attack. I'll probably edit this into a VOD tomorrow, and there will be videos next week on some various things. I'm not sure if I can say everything that will be coming net or not, but keep an eye out on the channel. There will be videos. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't enjoyed playing cards. I haven't enjoyed playing cards for a while, but yeah, I've felt inspired to build this deck, and I'm having a lot of fun playing this deck. Today was a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully more cards content in the future. Thank you everybody for watching. I will catch all of y'all in either the next stream or more likely the next video.